Hi, back again with another review. I'm going to try to knock 2 more out today if I can as quickly as possible. I'm going to do what I said to my husband I would do, which is review some Andrew Garfield films. The first is going to be Boy A, and then I'm going to come back with Never Let Me Go. Obviously, I don't have the DVD for Boy A. I just have the book, but I'll use the cover as a reference. In any event, Boy A is about 2 young boys who commit an atrocity against a little girl. They kill her. They go to jail. During the time in jail, one of the boys is killed, and the other one, Boy A, who is played by Andrew Garfield, survives, and he's put back into society. He changes his name to Jack. He goes to work for a company. His guardian, who is played, and I'm looking here because I want to make sure that it's right, because he does such a great job. Peter Mullan plays Terry, and so... and I'm sorry, I'm going to look for this, plays Terry, and he's the person that watches over Jack and takes care of him and tells him what he does and doesn't need to do. Basically, when Jack begins seeing this girl named Michelle that he works with, he tells him, you can't tell her anything about your past. It's in the past. You have to let it go. This is your new life. It's very hard for Jack to do this because he wants to be honest. He's never been in love before, but he has to keep the secret from her, and it's tearing him apart, and you can tell. He lives in an apartment in a home with another woman. He's renting the room, if you will. And so he goes to work, starting his life, finding happiness for the first time in his life because his childhood was not very good. And unfortunately, it's very sad. One day he comes across a rock wall as he's working with his partner, who happens to be Terry's son, who works in the same company, and they find a car that has crashed. The parent in the car has died, but the little girl in the back is still alive. They essentially save her life. Unfortunately, as a consequence of this, news cameras start showing up at their job wanting to take pictures of these heroes who've saved this little girl. As you can imagine, people start piecing things together. To complicate matters, Terry's son is very jealous. And one night, Terry is drinking, and as he's dozing off, he says, Jack, you're my greatest accomplishment. When he says that, because his son is aware of kind of what he does on the side, he puts 2 and 2 together. He outs Jack, and Jack is faced with a mob that knows who he is now, and his secret is no longer secret. Boy A is it's a drama. It is a drama. It's very sad. You get glimpses of the scenes with the young girl, and although they are just glimpses, you're not given the full thing. You do find out that the boy that he's friends with, and I'm going to look again because again it's been a while since I've watched it, and I don't see it on here. Sorry. But you find out that the friend that commits this atrocity is far more violent than Jack. His brother has actually been raping him, and he is just a violent little boy with a lot of issues, and Jack just kind of goes along for the ride because his home life's not good. His mother's sick, she's dying of cancer, and she wants nothing to do with him, and it's very sad and it's very horrible. The acting in it is stellar. It's absolutely, and not just Andrew, I mean the entire cast do a fantastic job of bringing it together. One of the most heartbreaking scenes is when Michelle sees the newspaper. She figures out who Jack is, and she's bundled up into a fetal position on the bed, and she's just crying. I mean, it's very sad. So in any event, Jack figures out that, he can't survive in this world in which people hate him, and he doesn't even want to. So he goes to a specific location. It's got a drop off, a large pier. I believe it's just a mental thing. He's seeing himself, but he sees Michelle, and they have a little talk with one another. Then he climbs over the barrier, and it somewhat ends with him holding onto the sides, crying, with his eyes closed because he knows he can't be a part of this world that he so much wants to be a part of. I love the movie. I thought it was fantastic. Again, Andrew won a BAFTA for Best Actor for his portrayal of Boy A in this movie, and he totally deserved it. It was very well done. I'm going to go into my ratings for this. Sexuality, there's some sexuality in a bathtub and whatever, but you don't see all that much, so I'm just going to give it a 2 out of a 5. Violence, again, most of the violence takes place off camera, so you're left to your own devices, which sometimes can be worse than actually witnessing something. But I'm going to give that a 2 out of 5 as well. The gore in the movie, you don't really see all that much. I'm trying to think, but yeah, I'm gonna probably just say a 1 out of a 5 because it's not a gory movie. It's not a horror movie. And my overall enjoyment of this movie, I'm gonna have to give it a 5. And I'll probably end up giving it most of Andrew's movies a 5 because he chooses projects that force you to really think about it. I mean, because honestly, you should hate Jack. He helped kill a little girl, but there's a part of you that can't help but sympathize with this person who did something atrocious as a child and now has grown into a man who wants to atone for his sins. There's actually one scene where the news people have cornered him in his apartment. He's in his bedroom and he's grabbing his head and he's going, "I'm not that boy, I'm not that boy," and it's just heartbreaking. So if you've not seen Boy A, I bought the DVD on Amazon. And definitely something worth checking out if you're into that sort of thing. Alright, I'm going to go into next, Never Let Me Go. Again, it's not a horror flick. It's not for everybody. It may be a review you might not want to see. But if so, check back. I'm about to record the video and then I'll get to work with Movie Maker. So I'll see you all soon. Bye.